Are you guys in on this already? I've only just got in there.
Nah, not yet. I'll let you know when I'm in. I'm just waiting for it to just tap a bit higher and then I'll be going.
All good.
Well, Danny?
Hello, mate. You all right?
Yeah, not too bad, mate.
Is Danny the sniper? Look.
Mm.
The lucky sniper.
Danny, the news reporter.
Right, lads, I'm in.
You're in?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay.
When this meeting cuts out, lads, I will send another one. I need to upgrade my Zoom, to be fair.
What is that?
My Zoom meeting's going to run out in 3 minutes, but I will send another
Oh,
link straight back in.
okay. Would you take partials on your first line?
No, that's from, I need to remove that. This one, I'll be
Uh,
taking partials down at this one. If we get down here.
all right, okay.
Lads, do me a favor as well. Ever move this stop to break even? Only because if you look at this now, the only place it's going to come back up to, or move it in slightly because we shouldn't really go above this. So I'm going to move mine to sort of this area,
Okay.
2724. Like realistically, if we go above this, it's going to keep pushing higher. So we've got a reaction there. Let's just make it risk averse. Nice, boys. Move stops to break even now. Like realistically, we shouldn't really get up there again now.
Okay.
I often get asked, and I have done since I've started my YouTube and obviously through Instagram and stuff, if I can do a trade breakdown for YouTube and actually show a live trade. So this trade I'm showing here is a live trading session from Tuesday morning in the London session. Sort of my classic entry model that I love to trade. One trade a day. If that setup doesn't come, then I just move on. Most weeks I place 2 to 3 trades with between 4 to 6 hour, depending. Of course, I lose. That's all a part of the game, right? But it's this really simple setup that I've got here. All we get is coming out of Asia session to London session. We get sort of a consolidation in this area with the Asia highs slightly above that. And then all that happens is we sweep that Asia high. And as we sweep that Asia high, then all I'm looking for is then a breaker structure to the opposite direction. Breaker structure to the opposite direction. We get that breaker structure to the downside here. And then all I'm looking for is the mark out of whatever you like to call it, FVG imbalance. I call it an imbalance. So we mark out that imbalance in that area that was the one that created that breaker structure to the downside and came from the Asia liquidity sweep. But what we also notice in this particular trade, and it's something, one of my textbook setups and something I like to see, is if you look here, where we've got the FEG stack just below that, before this candle here, we have 2 relative equal highs. And all this is sort of engineered liquidity and an inducement for retail traders to get in the markets, so we can then use their stop losses as essentially targets to go back, take that out, and then push to the downside. Targets wise in this trade, my first target was obviously this low here. I partialed out and then I took full TP here, partialed out 80% here and then full TP at the bottom. Of course, overall targets would have been this low here because we've got that impulsive structure leg moving from here to the upside to sweep that Asia high. But we obviously were aware that there was a point of interest and an imbalance, or FEG again, as it's subjective, whatever people want to call it. Some people call it FEG, some people call it imbalance. But yeah, so that's where I essentially looked to get out then, because we may have had a reaction from there. I took full TP off here. It was a pretty quick trade, to be fair. 6 RR, so I didn't really want to be in the trade any longer if we got a reaction from this POI to then go on and break this low here just for the sake of an extra, half hour. Simple setup, was on a live session with all my students and things, so in and out, 6 hour for the week. And then this week I've caught one more trade of 3R, and my setups haven't played for the rest of the week. Not that I've entered them, the entry model hasn't actually been there. So what happens if the entry model is not there? I'll set up my trade. If it's not there, then I just leave that trade go for that day and move on to the next day. Like for me, 2 trades a week is plenty at 4 to 6R. If I win one, lose one, happy days. I'm 4 5R up for the week. So that is how I trade, lads and ladies watching. I do have another entry model as well, which sort of is very similar, but it's through the New York session. So coming into New York session, we look to sweep London high or London low, and then we look for exactly the same entry method here. And I've also got a swing trading method as well, which I don't use that often, purely because if you're waiting for the markets to come back to like a 1 hour or 4 hour point of interest, you can be waiting quite a while. And I only trade 2 pairs, which is GU and EU. So waiting for those to come back to those higher time frame POIs just takes a lot of time, and then you only get entries every couple of weeks and things. So this is the model that I trade pretty much on a daily. Again, if the setup's not there, the setup's not there, we move to the next day. But thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you on the next video.